going to weigh 2.8 to 3 grams of benzoic acid into your beaker.
So once you have achieved crystallization,
heat 100 milliliters of distilled water on a hot plate just below boiling. Make sure that it's above 100 degrees because if it is at 100 degrees, it'll take too long to get to the required temperature. Add 20 milliliters of distilled water per gram of benzoic acid using a graduated cylinder. For a sample of about 2.8, you'll want it just below 60 milliliters.
crystals moving in order to get, because that's the second round of crystallization that we
Add a magnetic stir bar to the acid and put it on the hot plate. Then, add the stir setting. This is to make sure that the acid all dissolves. Turn up the setting to make sure that the undissolved particles on top of the solution get put into the solution. Using a Pasteur pipette, add your near boiling water to the solution. This is to make sure that all of the benzoic acid in the solution dissolves, and you will do this until you can no longer see the benzoic acid. There will most likely be impurities in the solution that will not dissolve, and that is completely okay. Wait at most a minute between the additions of solvents. If you wait longer than that, the amount of solvent in the acidic solution will boil off, and you will have less of the solution than what you added. Note the approximate volume of the beaker at this point.
Next is the addition of the charcoal to our solution. We'll be adding it to the solution that has been taken off the heat just below boiling point. We use charcoal in this experiment to remove the impurities from the solution as well as removing the extra color to the solution. To ensure that the pink color is removed from the solution off the heat, the charcoal will turn the pink solution to a clear result. We'll be adding approximately 0.8 to 1 gram of charcoal slowly to the solution and stirring to mix it all in. We'll be putting the charcoal solution back onto the heater and wait for it to heat up just below boiling point. Next, to remove our charcoal from our solution, we will be using gravity filtration through fluted filter paper and our powdered funnel. To be using the fluted filter paper, we use this to increase the surface area and decrease the amount of cooling that goes on between our solution and the flask itself. The reason we use the powdered funnel is because the thin tube on the liquid filter will quickly cool down the solution and again cause premature crystallization. To begin the gravity filtration, we'll be using some of the near boiling water from our extra beaker and slowly wetting down the filtered paper to get it attached to the flask. We will be using gravity filtration instead of the suction filtration because the solution will cool down faster with the suction filtration due to the airflow. Next, the solution will be filtered through the flask and the funnel and be set off to crystallize.
So after a sufficient amount of crystals has formed, you begin with suction filtration. First, you grab a Buchner funnel, making sure that the filter paper that you put in lies perfectly flat, and then wet it with the recrystallization solvent so that the paper doesn't lift. Make sure when pouring the suspension, you swirl it, then quickly pour it in so you get all the crystals. If there are crystals remaining in the flask, use the original filtrate to rinse them out to get the remaining crystals. This is used for rinsing because it will not dissolve the solids in the flask or on the filter. Then you add cold solvent. The reason suction filtration is used is because the suction combined with the cold solvent takes out all the traces of the mother liquor. If the original liquid is left to evaporate on the crystals, it will contaminate them with dissolved impurities. After suction filtration is complete, you leave your crystals out to dry. After the crystals are dry, they can be weighed out and placed into sample containers.